Beautiful greetings, everybody. This is your national chairman for the Black Panther Party for Nebraska, the regional director. Shout out to Greg Gibson, who's the national chairman for the Black Panther Party Power Movement, which is located in Ohio. This segment here is just the introduction of breaking down who I am and what the party's about. Clear up all the myths, because I get a lot of people when I tell them I'm about to come out with it. Out here in Nebraska, is always a negative views based on the stereotypes that the media put out about the Panthers. But more or less, as I stated, my name is Sean Miller. I'm residing here in Nebraska. I've got a long history in regards to dealing with the law enforcement on the other side of the fence, so to speak. Basically in and out of the system. The typical black man growing up in America, that story. So I'm not gonna really get into too much detail because I'm not looking for sympathy, or no, I'm not here to glorify anything I did. But the fact that remains is that black people, we are in a state of emergency. And now it's time. It's time that we unite and do some things. So this is where we come in as the Panthers. And I'm just gonna give you the 10 points, the 10-point plan of what we want. We want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our black and oppressed communities. I'm going to put significance on poor people. When we talk about oppressed and black people of minorities. Because there are poor whites that be oppressed. The media always goes and shows how our people is always destitute when you have poor whites on meth, doing all types of drugs, and basically similar to what we do. But we always put out there as if we're some type of savages, as other whites, they doing, they do things better than us, etc., etc. But we here to point out that this is not these across the board, man. These things go on no matter what race or color you are, But we want freedom. We believe that black and oppressed people will not be free until we are able to determine our destinies for our own people. By fully controlling the institutions which exist in our own communities. There's a lot of organizations come in the name of saving our people. And you see it all the time. The Red Cross, they do good work, but majority of them are white. Look at most of the nonprofit organizations. They come around dictating what we supposed to do in our own communities. Secondly, we want full employment for our people. I would say this. Obviously, I don't want to say obviously, but yes, my history goes back. I am an ex-felon. There's a lot of laws that I will be bringing to you in further segments that violates our rights as felons. Disenfranchisement. Michelle Alexander put it real eloquently in her book, The New Jim Crow. She done a lot of meetings and seminars dealing with this issue. But we want to tackle it here. We're going to tackle this head on in regards to expungement, getting those who's off parole and owe nobody nothing, get that expunged, period. There's laws out there now, according to different states, where you could get expungement only if certain charges is acquitted, if you've been dismissed or acquitted. But what about those that plead guilty to maybe a little assault case or something? These things are not determined eligible for being expunged. This is by law. There's statutes to prove that. And this violates our rights. So we're going to be getting into that. We believe that the federal government is responsible and obligated to give every person employment or guaranteed income. We believe that if the American businessman will not give full employment, then the technology and means of production should be taken from the businessman and placed in the community so that the people of the community can organize and employ all of its people and give high standard of living. This is part of our plan, and we plan to execute this to the letter. There's a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors, a lot of big talks in regards to getting out of the country and doing business and trading and bringing those employments back into our own communities. So a lot of help will be coming from y'all, the people, in regards to donations and helping us move forward to do that. Number 3, we want an end to the robbery and the capitalist of our black and oppressed communities. We believe this racist government has robbed us, and now we are demanding the overdue debt of 40 acres and 2 mules. I must say this. If we get into history, a lot of people have to understand, blacks as well, we at war. We are at war. And this, I'm going to take this time to tell all the gangs, Bloods, Crips, Gangster Disciples, Vice Lords, whatever organization that just sprouted, the new ones, whatever blocks you want to claim, y'all call yourselves a little gang. We're not the enemy. Crips, Bloods is not the enemy. Bloods, Crips is not the enemy. Vice Lords, the Gangster Disciples is not the enemy. We're not the enemy. We killing each other. We got the highest murder rate amongst each other. Facts. Why is this? What are we afraid? Why are we afraid of each other? If we take the money that we earn doing whatever you is that y'all doing and put it back and start building our own communities, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this right now. We have the highest unemployment rate just to be the littlest percentage in this country. We like 14% of minority of blacks populate this country, and just about over 80% of us are unemployed. And this is not counting the ones that's in prison. That's a problem, man. A very problem. We keep going to these people that's oppressing us, that's denying you employment because of your criminal background, and expecting these people to, give you freedom and clothe you, when you should understand. If you understand history, people don't just be talking. At least most people don't talk about history just to sound smart. Is for you to understand and really circumnavigate through this system. They took this land from these people, man, from the natives. They established law, which made them justify their means. We have to get off our little pity party thing and stand up and start doing these things. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, I'm talking about legally. A lot of us are in good positions. Lawyers, doctors, teachers, even athletes, rappers, entertainers, that have money that could be put into the communities, and they have resources outside the country that could start bringing these jobs in for us. We sit back and we wait on the government to do stuff we could do ourselves. I just want to put that out there for you. That's 40 acres and a mule. You go back into history, they try to give us that, and they took it away. And without getting specific, because I don't want to sit up here. One thing I do not want to do through these segments is preach or get into rhetoric. Be coming with solutions, because this is a crucial time for us in this time. Number 4, we want decent housing, fit for shelter of human beings. We believe if the landlords will not give decent housing to our black and oppressed communities, then housing and the land should be made into cooperatives so that the people in our communities with government aid can build and make decent housing for the people. Right now in Omaha, there's a lot of desolated, vacant lots, abandoned properties that's out there. And there are a lot of absentee landlords who are not even from this state buying this property up and then letting it go. No maintenance on no upkeep on the property. It gets then the weeds and stuff growing everywhere. The building's messed up, and you have homeless people sleeping in there, all types of stuff going on, and that depreciates the value. This goes on across the country. We can make this stop. We can, by pulling our resources together. That's why and I'm going to keep putting emphasis on these gangs. We need to stop the violence amongst each other. We are not the enemy. Point blank, period. We are not the enemy. Let's stop doing this, man. Seriously, this is crucial. Number 5, we want decent education for our people that exposes the true nature of this desiccant American society. We want education that teaches us our true history and our role in present-day society. We believe in an educational system that will give to our people a knowledge of self. If you don't have knowledge of yourself and your position in society and world, then you have little chance to know anything else. As I said, I would not want to sit here and go through rhetoric. A lot of history you could find on YouTube about Black history. You could look up things on Malcolm X or what he preached about Black history. A lot of good authors out there. Frances Cress Welsing, she a good author. She goes in about history. I can't name a lot of stuff off the top of my head right now. But they're out there. You look them up about Black history, they're out there. And we need to, and I suggest you do that. That's one thing we're going to get into as far as our movement is start building schools and putting that curriculum in there. There's laws now, man. In Texas, they trying to take out the cultural aspect of history, Black history, and I contribute to this society as well as the world. Because those that don't know, the youth that don't know, they may see Africa now and see the Arabs there and say, hey, how is that, Black man been the first on the planet when you see all these Arabs there? Well, there's a history behind that with the conquering and all the wars that's going on. That's what you have to go into and research and learn these things. All the way from Egypt, Ethiopia, which was the first civilizations, and how they taught the Greeks and the Romans took over, and so forth and so on. Learn about Hannibal and his movement, and what he was doing. Things like that. Nefertiti and Akhenaten. All this stuff. Some of this stuff is in the Bible too, but they just don't talk about it blatantly. When we talk about pharaohs, Ramses, and that sort. So this information is out there, and this is what we need to be teaching our kids about basically the contributions our people that are made to society, and we will be doing that. We want completely free health care for all Black and oppressed people. We want that. The government must provide free of charge for all people health facilities which will not only treat our illnesses, most of which have come about as a result of our oppression, but which will also develop preventive medical programs to guarantee our future survival. We believe that mass health education and research programs must be developed to give all Black and oppressed people access to advanced specific scientific and medical information so we may provide ourselves with proper medical attention and care. As I said, there's a lot of stuff we could go into about the Tuskegee experiment, what they're using these using us as lab rats to utilize they stuff as far as medicines, and it kills us off. Some of these medicines they sterilize it, so we can't produce babies, stuff of that nature. If you don't have, as we already know, we don't have health insurance, you're not getting proper care, And in our instance is Health is better than wealth, man. You know, we can't work if you're not alive or in a good condition to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So within, what's the sense of working? Because you're basically going to be using all your money to go get treatment. You know, so again, this is part of what we're going to be doing. We're going to need a lot of support. So at the end of this segment, I'm going to be putting up information where you can go on and donate, man. We're going to need this. This is crucial times, y'all, for those who believe in the movement. You know, we have 45 chapters across the country, non-active, and we will be out here putting work in for our people. We want immediate end to police brutality and murder of black and other people of color, all oppressed people in the United States. This is the most serious part right here. We believe that the racist and fascist government of this United States uses its domestic enforcement agencies to carry out this program of oppression against black people, other people of color, and poor people inside the United States. We believe it is our right, therefore, to defend ourselves against such armed forces, that all black and oppressed people should be armed for self-defense of our homes and communities against the fascist police forces. This right here, I should not have to really go into detail. Look on the news. Look at previous Sean Bell, Oscar Grant, Kenny Anderson. You know, these young boys was gunned down 50 times. 10 times, dude got shot in the back. Ayanna Jones, a little 6-year-old, shot in the forehead by police in Detroit. Dude get 2 years. You know, and countless other police brutalities, and they get justified through this, man. You know, we getting sick of that, period. And it's something there's gonna be something done about that, believe that. You know, and this is how serious we are about that. You know, that will stop. You know, we will, in these segments, we're gonna educate you about what to do in police situations. I am a paralegal. I have over 2 years of experience with that, as far as out in the world. But inside, yes, I did some time. You know, I've basically been what they say a legal beagle. So I do know the laws in and out, as far as criminal law and steps and procedures that need to be taken in regards to fighting the case. So we're going to have a website up that's going to guide you through those processes. If those who's not afraid to stand up and fight for yourself, we're going to have that established. So that's coming soon. Look at my website, also www.advocatefortheconvictedfelon.com. That's also on Facebook, www.facebook.com/advocatefortheconvictedfelon. You get some of that stuff in there. As I said, after this segment, I will be giving you some addresses and links to reach me and get involved. You know, I have applications here for those who want to get involved with us. You know, for those who want to get involved with us. You know, I have to meet you. If you're in Nebraska, I have to meet you so I could do a screening. It's no anybody coming in here. We want to bring off a positive vibe, you know, to what we do. You know, number 8 is we want immediate end to all wars of aggression. We believe that the various conflicts which exist around the world stem directly from the aggressive desire of the United States ruling circle and government to force its domination upon the oppressed people of the world. We believe that if the United States government or its lackeys do not cease these aggressive wars, it is the right of the people to defend themselves by any means necessary against their aggressors. This adds the previous paragraph we talked about police brutality and then the laws that they put into place in regards to even with the convicted felon. Now we can't possess guns at all. And you know the fight in Congress right now in regards to expanding that criminal background check. to basically give more limitations and restrictions to for us to bear arms, and this is the Second Amendment right. So who's going to be having these guns? These same people that take bruise their authority and they shoot and ask questions later. This is not going to happen anymore. We're going to put a stop to this. Trust me, behind closed doors, a lot of things is being orchestrated. So, with your help, of course, we could do things and make moves and get some things done. We want freedom for all black and oppressed people held in U.S. federal, state, county, city, and military prisons and jails. We want trials by a jury of peers of all persons charged with so-called crimes under the laws of this country. We believe that many black and poor oppressed people now held in the United States prisons and jails have not received fair and impartial trials under a racist and fascist judicial system and should be free from incarceration. Shout outs to the family of Troy Davis, man, who was wrongly executed, not too long ago. And that's just an example, man. Mondo Lee Langle, who's sitting in the state pen right now, and Edward Poindexter. Shout out to you. All power to the people. We out here. We out here. So we out here, bro. You know what I mean? So those are the two. Some of our soldiers that's has fallen to this unjust government, and we want to stop that. And I'm gonna put my expertise and the laws together to make sure this happens, man. I would give my life over this. I'm being a little sacrifice for the people right now, man. And shout out to the soldiers, man, of the Black Panther Party, who's putting in work. A lot of stuff is not being broadcast. Like I said, the revolution will not be televised, but on this segment right here, we're going to keep y'all informed of the news, of what's popping. We're going to have a newspaper out. A lot of these funds we're going to try to raise is going back into our communities to address these issues here. For last and not least, number 10, we want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, peace, and people's community control of modern technology. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bonds which have been connected with one another and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them in decent respect to the opinions of mankind required that should be declared the cause which impel them to the separation. In regards to third world countries who do not have access to certain things as laptops, cell phones, things that are modernized, that's overly abused here in the Western hemisphere, we would like to get that to y'all and get y'all up to date, and in turn build your economy. There's a lot of stuff that could be going on. Poverty could be ended like that, but to the Western greed, this is why we are trying to address. This is why the oppressed is oppressed, because of the lack of knowledge. It's in the Bible, Hosea chapter 4:6. It states it. Our people shall perish due to a lack of knowledge, and this lack of knowledge being the technology and how to use it, how to advance, how to even do crops. That's why I think most of Africa is being invaded by these people. Coming in and colonizing it, because the natives does not have that type of education to do that. And this is where we come in. It's our duty. We are obligated to, as African descendants of Africans. Let's not get this twisted, y'all. We are African Americans. We are descendants of Africa. Let's not forget about slavery. Our problem is we keep forgetting. We want to forgive and forget. No, we cannot forget. We cannot forget about the hundreds of lynchings. We cannot forget about Emmett Till. We can't forget about Tawana Broadleys and the Rodney Kings and the Sean Bells, the Ayanna Jones, Oscar Grant, Kenny Anderson. We can't forget about them, man. We cannot and we will not forget about them. Trayvon Martin, we cannot forget about him, man. And the list goes on and on and on and on. You know, the unsolved murders of our people right here in the streets of America. You know, so the Black Panthers, we out here, and this is what we're going to be doing. This is our 10-point program, and I just want to bring to y'all attention some other things too, as far as the myths of what people may think the Black Panthers is about, you know, and things of that nature, you know. So this is what I want to bring to y'all attention here. The Black Panther Party is not racist. You know, first people think we're racist. We anti-black, anti-white, pro-black. This is not the case. No, this has never been the truth. The Black Panthers has always opened their arms to people of all races and cultures. We come and combating the system in a way as far as oppression. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, yellow, green, purple, orange stars, and green clovers. You know, we all human, and this is we come and if you look at the Panthers, man, and you look at the Panther, period, you know, it's a cat. They fight. You know, they get out there. They in the jungles. They up there with lions. You know what I mean? So we out here and we fighting. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that's about. So it doesn't matter what color you are. It just so happened, you know, most of our people, black people, and this is what we address. This is what we put emphasis on. The Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? We put emphasis on our people because, of course, we're black. I mean, you know, it's not a, can't hide that fact, you know, but we fighting for all. We're going to put that on all oppressed people, no matter what color you are. Just like as I said, too, the Black Panther Party is anti-white. No, we're not. This is not true. Bobby Seale, co-founder of the Black Panther Party, is not anti-white. If anything, we anti-oppression. You know, what Martin Luther King said is what we hate. You know what I'm saying? We don't, what happened, to Martin Luther King, not what he said, what happened to him is what we hate. You know, he's out here, put himself on the line for us, and then what happened? He gets assassinated. You know, so those this is what we're going to continue to do, his legacy. Malcolm X, he stood up against the oppression. He stood up and spoke, putting himself out there. This is what we're doing. We're putting ourselves out there. There's a lot of stuff people do not want to say. Us, as the Panthers, we're going to say it. We're not afraid. We're going to say it. And we're going to fight for you. Those who doesn't have the means to get up and say something, let us do that. We got you. You know what I'm saying? We don't like bullies. And this is what we're all about. You know what I'm saying? Fighting these bullies. You know, we have hate amongst each other, blacks on blacks. We don't condone that. That's why I put emphasis on the gangs. We do not condone that. You know, some blood sets get their ideologies off the Panthers. We don't condone that. Shooting, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We doesn't do that. Name anything in your little oath that says you kill another black man. That's not what we about. We don't do that. Black Panther, another myth is a Black Panthers is Muslim or atheist. No, this has never been the truth. You know, I put myself on the line as a living sacrifice. As this, I'm speaking for others too. You know, regardless if they Muslim, Christian, or what. You know what I'm saying? We still believe in God. You know what I mean? And I believe in my heart that this is what me personally, as chairman of the Black Panther Party movement here in Nebraska, this is what I've been called on to do. Sacrifice my life for you, you know, for the people. You know, I don't have to do this. You know, I really don't. You know, I got a nice, decent job, pay my bills. You know, I could just say, you know, hey, forget everybody. But this is what I've been called on to do. Be that living sacrifice to talk and put myself out here for you. You know, so, I want to also get into our objectives. I talked about the 10 points, and I wanted to break down a little bit of our objectives. Here, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I will just add on some things. You know, one thing is to develop a Black Power movement. We, the Black Panther Party of South Defense local chapter representing the National Black Panther Party are currently organizing for the benefit of our people in this city, region, nation, all over the earth. To this end, we consistently organize and mobilize to read the more people and ourselves. We recognize the necessity of Ujima. People don't, if they don't understand that, that's part of the Kwanzaa principles, which means collective work and responsibility. We shall develop a Black Power movement in the area to develop complete constructive change amongst our people and to defend our rights. Like I said, personally, I'm educated in the law. I would say confidently, if I had to represent myself in the court, I would be sufficient. I can do that effectively. Of me, not just here, but out there and hitting the streets and doing the thing for the people. So with that being said, peace, all power to the people. If y'all want to get involved, please log on www.advocatefortheconvictedfelon.com, or basically more effectively get on Facebook, www.facebook.com, Advocate for the Convicted Felon. The donate button is on there. Donate. We need some help. We need some support. Share this. Spread the word, because we out here and it's serious. You know what I'm saying? We looking for soldiers. You know what I'm saying? To bring your skills, and we're gonna put you to work. It ain't about making a profit. It's about making a difference. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we out here doing. So with that being said, more power to the people.